At X27, we're constantly hiring. I'd say we make an offer to 1 or 2 contractors every month. We just hired another one to join our sales team. And in today's video, I want to run through the exact offer letter and contract template that we use. You guys can grab it. The link is down in the description below. Feel free to use this for your own offers. So let's jump into it. Here's the exact offer letter template that we use. So we start off with dear contractor name. Then we're delighted to extend this contract for the outsourced position of business development associate. Please review the summary of terms and conditions. And that's the main intro. Normally this comes after the interview, then they meet with our co-founder, and then this contract covers the initial month. That first month that we use to test whether they're a good fit at a lower rate before we give them a full contract. So we start off by running through what their title is, what their position is, and then we add this exclusivity here. I don't know how many of our contractors actually follow this, but we put it in the contract anyway, which says that if they work for X27, they're not going to engage in any other contract or consulting or business activity that would create a conflict of interest. I like my contractors to be able to do their own thing, but what we don't want to run into is a contractor working on marketing for digital agencies with X27 and then doing the exact same thing for digital agencies with their own agency at the exact same time. That seems like it would split their effort a little bit too much. Then we go through the compensation. This is how we phrase the initial contract rate. So this guy got $2,000 to cover his first 30 days. And then after that, it'll probably jump up to about $3,000 a month, depending on how he does. Then we go through the fact that it will require about 40 hours per week for this contract. We go into contractor benefits where we talk about our vacation policy, which actually doesn't exist. I don't know why we're referencing this. Might have to write a vacation policy here. Then we have this section of the contract which basically says that we can terminate the contract at any time for any reason, with or without cause. And then basically this sentence is legalese that says anything that we talked about before this contract doesn't really matter. This contract is the only thing that matters in the relationship, which is important for contracts because you don't want people to sue you based on something you said before the contract was signed. You know, and unfortunately, it's just a reality of business. That's just the way people are sometimes. Then we have another section about termination here, just talking about how we get terminated any time with no notice and that sort of stuff. The United States typically has at-will employment for full-time employees, which basically means any company can fire anybody at any time for any reason. That doesn't have to do with discrimination. There's some special laws around that. For contractors, there's even fewer laws in terms of you can just end a contract at any time, depending on what's in the contract. Some people like to contract people for a full year or a full 6 months. In my experience, there's no need for that. People will sign a month-to-month contract if you present it to them. For privacy, we just talk about how they won't be able to spread anything that we give them. It's kind of like an NDA paragraph. For taxes, since they're contractors, they pay all their own taxes, and we have that written here. Then this last part talks about how nothing in this contract can be changed or amended unless it's added to this contract as an amendment and signed. Then they can accept the offer down here, and the signatures. That is the template that we use. Feel free to modify this, use it as your own contract template. I have to legally say that you should get a lawyer to look over any contracts before you send them out. This is what's worked for us though. So if you like this type of video, feel free to like it to encourage this type of content on YouTube. Subscribe for more B2B sales training. And if you need marketing support for your digital agency, check out experiment27.com. Thanks.